welcome to the second ever Trimming the Musical Fat Rankings video. I'm Paul Nicholson, and together with my brother Stephen, we'll be ranking all of Oasis's UK singles from 1994 Supersonic right through to 2009's Falling Down. The ratings scale we will use ranges from Bad Little James up to Mad for It, with Good to Be Thee sitting in the middle. With over 26 high quality songs to rate, some might say this will be difficult. Let's roll with it.
Alrighty, so we're going to start obviously back in 1994 with Oasis's debut single Supersonic, and I'm probably going to anger a great many Oasis fans because I think this is a good song, not a great song. I think the intro's nice with the drums and there's a good build to it. The verses are excellent, but I just don't think the chorus matches the. I don't think the chorus matches the rest of the song. So for that, I am going to put it in the Good to Be Free category. The next one is Shaker Maker, and I first heard this on a compilation album called Rocks, and I love this song. I think it's fantastic. I love the compressed, distorted guitar and drums on it, and it's one of those songs which just sounds really, really good loud. So that is definitely going into the Mad for It category. Moving on, a classic Oasis song, the next one, which is Live Forever. And now I'd heard this quite a bit and probably didn't really get it until I was out one night drunk and ended up at a student club and they played it really loud. And I think I ended up dancing really badly to it. And that's when I got it. An incredible song. So I'm going to put that in Mad for It at the top of the tree. However, it's not going to be top of the tree for long because the next one's Cigarettes and Alcohol. And this song, probably with Don't Look Back in Anger, is probably my favourite Oasis songs. And with this one, I first heard it at a friend's party and I thought it was fantastic and then just kept playing it on repeat. Obviously, it's very derivative of T-Rex's Get It On. You know, talent borrows, genius steals. But it's a brilliant song, great for getting ready for a night out or for going out jogging and running and so on. So for me, this goes up into Mad for It as the best song so far, if my computer will allow me. So they then released in '94 a song just in time for Christmas and called Whatever, and I love this song, especially the middle eight where it goes very I Am the Walrus by the Beatles. I actually remember them playing this song on the BBC's Jules Holland show, and they played it with the full orchestra, and they also did a cover version of I Am the Walrus too, and both were absolutely brilliant. And I think this was the song that I think eventually made me go out and buy Definitely Maybe, and what a wise choice that was. So I would probably put this in behind Live Forever and just ahead of Shaker Maker. So then we jump into 1995 and you had the first single from the What's the Story Morning Glory album, and that was Some Might Say. And yeah, I think this is an excellent tune. This was the first song of theirs that I bought as an existing fan, so it was quite exciting. Yeah, I think it's an excellent tune, although I will say I probably prefer the 3 B-sides on it, which were Talk Tonight, Acquaintance, and Head Shrinker. So this one is not quite top tier for me, so I'm going to put it in Supersonic Song. We had, and it's quite ironic we're recording this week because this was the week we had the Battle of the Bands, Blur versus Oasis, Country House versus Roll With It. So it's Roll With It, which I'm now going to rate. And yeah, I think it's another excellent tune from Morning Glory. I think the best part of it is actually the intro, the build up with the guitar and drums in the first 20 seconds. And probably the song for me is maybe the rest of the song doesn't match the quality of that, but it is a very catchy and it's a very iconic tune. So for me, I am going to put this into Supersonic, just ahead of Some Might Say. What do you think of the song, Paul?
It's brilliant. Very good song and just very catchy. And like you say, the introduction's really good. And it was around this time that I sort of let my barriers come down and like Oasis as well. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's a really good song.
Yeah, so then Morning Glory came out, and the first single after that was Wonderwall, which is probably Oasis's most famous song, and obviously a big hit in America as well. Now, I'm probably going against the grain here, but I've never loved the song. I think it's an excellent tune. It's catchy. I love the cello on it. Liam's vocals are excellent. Um, but I've never loved the song. And again, if anything, I prefer the B side, which is Round Our Way, and the other B side, which was the Master Plan. But yeah, excellent tune, and I am going to put it into. I probably prefer Roll With It, and some might say ahead of it, but I'm going to put it in as a supersonic song. What do you think
Prefer the
about this one?
pretty much the same actually. It's a good song, but it's certainly not their best. And I know it's almost their Bohemian Rhapsody or their Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's their
Yeah,
trademark song. But I think sometimes when that happens, you you get oversaturated with
yep.
the same song, and so yeah, it's a good song, but it's very much of that time. But it's not their best, really. I don't think anyway.
Well, talking of their best, this next one is probably my favourite Oasis song, which is Don't Look Back in Anger. An amazing song, and I first heard this on a beach where a lot of the places in the 90s I went to, I can't even remember what order I went uh, to them, but it might have been Cavos or Kos or somewhere. But anyway, I heard it on a beach. Obviously, somebody had got access to the Morning Glory album before it had come out, and I just heard the song and thought that sounds like Oasis. I really hope it is. And yeah, it just sounded fantastic, and I still love it to this day. So I think that one has to go to the top of the pile in Mad for It. You like this one too, don't you?
Yeah, it's a brilliant song, and Noel's first lead vocals on an Oasis single,
That is
and
correct, yeah.
yeah, and it always makes me think of what I suppose I first started going out to nightclubs and stuff then, and that was always the song they'd play at the end, like
Yeah, yeah,
before the lights came back on and stuff. So it always
right.
makes me think of that. Yeah,
Yeah. And then after that, they went away for a year and a bit, and they came back with "Do You Know What I Mean" in 1997. And yeah, it's a good song, good driving song. I think there were sampled drums in it as well, so the drums are very prominent. But another song where I probably prefer the B side, which is "Stay Young." So for me, it's yeah, very very good song. So I'm going to put it into Supersonic, and I would probably have it behind Wonderwall there. And there's actually a really good version of it on the Be Here Now reissue, the deluxe edition, which is
that's
worth
right.
checking out.
I actually prefer the B side.
Yeah,
Stay
same
Young.
here.
For me, that's the
Yeah,
better song.
yeah, I think they should have released that.
Hmm.
After that was a better song in my opinion, which is "Stand By Me." Classic Oasis, borrows heavily from what the Hooples, all the young dudes, and takes it somewhere else. On re-listening to it, it's a great vocal from Liam, and it's a great sing-along chorus there. And yeah, for me, this is top tier Oasis, and I would probably put that in just behind. Uh, Shaker Maker. You like this one too, don't you?
No, I think that's
No, no,
when
you didn't.
they're yeah, that's when they're trying too hard
Right.
to be to make good music, and it doesn't feel as natural as the previous stuff. So
Okay.
for me, that's like we said in the previous podcast about Oasis. This is when, for me, that they start going downhill
Okay.
from the high standards they'd set.
Alrighty. Well, they had the next song, which was the last song to be released from Be Here Now, which was All Around the World, a near 10-minute song. And this is another one that I absolutely loved from the moment that I heard it to this day. In my top three Oasis songs of all time. So very epic, very Beatley. And I am going to put this in just behind cigarettes and alcohol. Love it. But
Good song.
then, yeah, it's a great song, isn't it? And
Hmm.
so then we had a bit of a break, and the guys came back in 2000 with Go Let It Out, which was the first single of the 21st century for them. Very catchy, signals a bit of a change of sound as well. And yeah, very good tune. I like the mellotron back in after the chorus, and I am going to put this into Supersonic Song, and I would put this probably behind. You know what I mean? What do you think?
I think it's okay. I probably liked it at the time, but of course that they had a big lineup change at this
Mm,
point from the
yep.
previous album. So they had,
Yeah.
was it a guitarist, different drummer?
No, same
Um,
drummer, same drummer.
was
It
it the
was,
same drummer? Right.
yeah, I think Bonehead and Giggsy had left.
That was it.
So the
Yeah.
rhythm section really, other than the drums. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
So yeah. So for me, it's okay. So I'd probably put it in the middle somewhere.
yeah. Okay, next one is Who Feels Love. And this is, for me, the first Oasis single that does signal quite a significant dip in quality. Not that it's a bad song, I think it's a good song, but it's just not particularly memorable. Yeah, I mean, there is a nice Dear Prudence steal around the 3 minute mark, and a sort of very psychedelic, but it's a good song, just not a particularly memorable one. So I am going to put this behind um, Supersonic in the good to be free category.
Will there be any in the Little James column? No, that's what
Maybe
we all want
soon.
to know.
You'll soon find out. And
Every song from now on.
yeah, no, 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 no. But then they had the final single from Standing on the Shoulder of Giants, which was Sunday Morning Call, which I love. Another Noel Gallagher lead vocal. But yeah, I loved the song when I first heard it on that album. And for me, it's the best track on that particular album. You know, nice tender song. So I am going to place this in Mad for It. And I will maybe place it behind whatever. Okay, so we had a 2 year break before the band came back in 2002 with Hindu Times, which was a number one tune here in the UK. And for me, yeah, what a tune. Always goes on an exercise playlist when I make it. It definitely keeps you motoring on. I think the guitars in it are brilliant. And for me, it's the best song on Heath and Chemistry. And there was a good B side on it too, Idler's Dream. So that is going top tier, but where is it going to go? Maybe just behind Sunday Morning Call. Do you like this one? Do you remember it, Paul?
I don't really remember this one actually. No,
Then you
don't
should
really
listen to
remember
it. It's brilliant.
it.
Then we have a ballad, "Stop Crying Your Heart Out," beautiful ballad. I'm sure they used it in something like the Superman TV show Smallville, and that's all I can think of now when I hear
Do you
it
know?
play.
Yeah, do you know what it was in? It was the end of the Butterfly Effect film.
Oh, was it?
Remember they had it. It's like when he's walking along the street at the end of the film,
Right.
and that comes on. I think it's a really good song. So
Yeah, it's a good
I think
song.
that's really one of their best latter time songs.
Yeah, I like it. I'm going to put it into
Hmm.
Supersonic Song, and I would probably have it at the bottom of that behind Go Let It Out, but it's a really good tune. However, moving on, we had a double A side, which was Little by Little and She Is
Little
Love.
Bunny.
Oh, God, yeah, I think you're, in fact, no, say nothing. And I mean, picking up on Little by Little, first of all, never been a fan of this song. I find it pretty unremarkable. And She Is Love, similarly, it's all right. I wouldn't have released it as a single. I think it's more of an album track. So this double A side, it's not bad. It's average. So I think we have to put it into whatever, man. And then they had one final single from the Heath and Chemistry album. That was Songbird, which was Liam Gallagher's first songwriting credit or the first song written by Liam for Oasis to be released as a single. And it's actually a really good song. A chilled acoustic tune. Obviously, he's channeling John Lennon on it. And it's a song that's probably gets better with age. So, yeah, really good song. I'm going to put that into the Good to Be Free category behind Shaker Maker, but ahead of Who Feels Love. Do you like this one?
It's okay, yeah, it's good for Liam, put it that way. At
Okay,
that time, that was him. A vast improvement on Little James from a few
okay,
years previous.
yeah. Okay, let's go next one, which was 2005, and the first single from Don't Believe the Truth, which was Lila. And I've just never been, I know it was a number one UK hit, but I've never really liked the song. It's not terrible, just not terribly exciting either. It does have a nice guitar kind of riffage around the chorus, which probably saves it from going into bad Little James. So I'm going to put this maybe just ahead of Little by Little, and She Is Love. They then released the infinitely better The Importance of Being Idle, which was another no sung track. And yeah, this is much more the ticket and a very much a loving pastiche to the sound of the Kinks, and I love it. I think it's a great song. So I am going to place it in Mad for it. But where is it going to go? Maybe, maybe behind Hindu Times. Maybe
Right,
put that in there.
so it's a really good, for me, that's their last good song
Hmm.
or last single that I've heard. For me, it's a really good song.
Yeah, yeah, I love
Yeah,
it. I think it's a really good song. Great video as well.
yeah,
And they released one more song from the Don't Believe the Truth album in 2005, and that was Let There Be Love. And yeah, I mean, this is pure John Lennon. Great song. Love the piano on it, love the vocals on it, and it's another mad for it choice for me. And I would put this maybe just ahead of The Importance of Being Idle, but behind Hindu Times. Yeah, great tune. And the next one is one I always forget about. It came out in 2007, and if memory serves, it was brought out just to coincide with an Oasis documentary that was released. So it's called Lord Don't Slow Me Down. And that's a decent tune with a real kind of on the road touring feel, which is very appropriate since that's what it was promoting. But yeah, I'd say it's a good song, so I'm going to put it in Good to Be Free, and I would probably have it behind, in fact, maybe just ahead of Who Feels Love, but behind Songbird. And on to the final couple now. So Oasis's final album released in 2008. Do you even remember the name of it, Paul?
no.
Oh, Dig Out Your Soul. That's it.
Oh,
Dig Out Your Soul. And actually, the first single from it's really, really good. The Shock of the Lightning. Really like it. I think the riff on it is superb. Love the organ on it, which is a bit of a different sound for Oasis. Some ways it's a little bit like Arthur Brown's Fire, the kind of sounds it's using, and maybe for me the last great Oasis tune. So I'm going to play this as a supersonic song, and I would maybe place it just ahead of Stop Crying Your Heart Out. They then had the ballad I'm Out of Time, which is decent. Nice piano in the background on it, and another really good Liam vocal. So it's a good tune, and I am going to put that in Good to Be Free. And I'd maybe just have that behind Songbird. And then we get to the final single, and it's such a shame. It's not a great song. And if anything, it's maybe forgettable. You'd forget that they've released this as a single. It actually sounds like a solo Noel Gallagher song, if anything. But yeah, I don't think there's anything special about Falling Down, although there is a nice keyboard solo in about 3 minutes into it. But yeah, such a kind of meh song to finish your career on. So I'm going to put that in Whatever Man, probably
It's quite an
behind Little by
appropriate
Little.
title, though. Quite an
Well,
appropriate title
it,
for the situation.
it is Falling Down, and it would probably, yeah, I think for me, rate lowest on all of their singles there. So there we are,
No
nothing,
Little James.
no bad Little James, I would say. And the thing that I would, having a look at it, is certainly from maybe is actually how many singles I think are really good and excellent, which is the majority of them. Which you consider there's 26 songs, and they've only got what 1, 2, 3, 8 of them that are not in that kind of really excellent, brilliant, love it category. So just shows that I rate the singles highly.
Yeah, I wonder if you wanted to go through them all from the bottom to the top, just to go through them all in the sequence.
So cool. Just to summarise, yep. So nothing in Bad Little James, and then in Whatever Man, we have Falling Down, Little by Little / She Is Love, and then Lila. In Good to Be Free, we've got Who Feels Love, and then we've got Slow Me Down. I always forget the name of that one. We'll then have I'm Out of Time.
Never heard of that.
Songbird and Shaker Maker. Moving into supersonic songs, we've got Stop Crying Your Heart Out, Shock of the Lightning, Go Let It Out, You Know What I Mean, Wonderwall, some might say Roll With It. And in the top tier, Mad for It, we have Stand By Me, Shaker Maker, The Importance of Being Idle, Let There Be Love, In Due Times, Sunday Morning Call, Whatever, Live Forever, All Around the World, Cigarettes and Alcohol, and the top of the tree there, we have Don't Look Back in Anger.
Yeah, good list.
Thank you.
So thank you for watching. If you've liked what you've seen, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up and leave positive comments. Want to hear more from us? Well, head over to our website and check out our podcast where we trim albums that are too damn long. You'll find more Oasis there, plus Pink Floyd, Queen, R.E.M., U2, Metallica, The Beatles, Guns N' Roses, Paul McCartney and Bruce Springsteen, to name a few. And we add a new episode every Friday, so remember to subscribe. I'm out of time. Goodbye.